So I work at a college alternative. It's a nonprofit in Brooklyn, and we have a bunch of students that go through our program. The goal of it is to get them jobs in the tech industry. And so I joined pretty early. We're still like a pretty small group. So my job has a lot of different like aspects to it. It's not the same thing on a general like daily basis, but like the core parts of it are I'm in charge of like getting people jobs when they leave the program. So I work with a lot of companies. I work with like people who are willing to hire graduates who don't have a college degree. I do all the coaching for students, so helping them get their like resumes together, interview prep stuff, like little life coaching and personal advice, and then like building out the organization. So like hiring a team, making sure our department runs pretty well. So it's like a fun set of responsibilities, but yeah, the big goal is getting people hired. Honestly.
And how do you even go about doing that? That sounds like a pretty tall task.
Yeah, it's funky. It's definitely a bit more of like a niche. So a lot of it is just talking to companies like all the time. I talk to engineers at companies, people who run like talent and recruiting programs at big tech firms, and just try to convince them to take a shot on somebody they might not have like thought of as like a recruiting target for one of their positions. So it's a lot of like kind of selling and pitching and like trying to get in with the right people at the right time, at the right space. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
And is strategic partnership something you did before?
Kinda, yeah. So I did strategic partnerships for the city of New York for tech apprenticeships and workforce developments, and then I also sold wedding venue advertisements
Okay.
strategically for a while in San Francisco, and I did partnerships with universities for a while before that. So I've gotten pretty used to the whole like business development partnerships, like basically trying to come up with cool new programs that are going to benefit whatever I'm working for and the companies or like institutions that we want to be a part of our programs.
Got it. So like partnerships, if like in a more generalized sense, it's just about forming kind of relationships with other companies or businesses to either start a program or
Yeah.
achieve new business. Like, is
Yeah,
it?
for the most part. I mean, I
Okay.
think there's so many different forms of it. There's like all of those examples where a business has a need, like we need to advertise on something, and you can be that platform, and your partnerships is like selling space for them to advertise. Like that's a super simple way to do it. This one feels a little bit like more complex compared to other roles I might have had because you're talking more about like less tangible goals, like less
Hmm.
immediate things. So kind of trying to break down like this mix of doing the right thing and like long-term strategy to companies. So yeah, just trying to get programs in place that ideally are like benefiting both sides and like creating more of a positive impact.